Hey, my friends. So I wanted to give you a little bit of an intro before I start my Anna Bingamon budget workshop, tips, tricks, and tools. So a little bit about me. I was in my 20s, newly married. We found out we had credit, didn't understand what credit was. No one taught me at home or anywhere else. Back in the time, this is gonna show my age, I got a Shillitoe's credit card and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Didn't know anything about credit limit, what it was about. Went and bought things for our new apartment and ran it all the way up to the limit. And then I wasn't able to use the card anymore. And I ended up not paying it off in a timely manner, and it ended up starting to hurt my credit. So that was the first ding on my credit. And then we ended up figuring out that we needed a car because our car needed brakes and tires, which was over $1,000. So we went to a dealership and said, hey, well, let's go and see what's going on here. And before you know it, we both walked out with brand new vehicles. I had the cutest little Ford Escort with a sunroof, and it was red and it was zippy and it was new and it smelled good. Well, anyway, a few years go by and work wasn't consistent. We could barely make our bills, and we ended up having to give the cars back, and they were repossessed. So after that, our credit is even more bruised, and I think at the age of 28, I filed bankruptcy. So at that point, my energy and association with money was, well, I can't handle it. I can't manage it. So, after that, I did a lot of growing up, kind of operated off of cash. And then, just to be honest with you, we've lived paycheck to paycheck up until probably about 8 years ago. And after we ended up having a business, Big Bear Childcare, some of you might remember, we ended up closing that down, and I just figured things had to change as far as me being able to manage our money well and not just be running and paying bills here and there as they come, or what do they call that saying? Robbing Peter to pay Paul. So we ended up going to a class, the Dave Ramsey money class, and that opened our eyes and slowed us down, actually, because we were just, putting duct tape on the leak, it felt like, consistently. So that's when I started learning more about money and the energy of money and how I can make money work for me and not be afraid of it. And the first step in all of that was to budget and to learn what's going in, what's coming out, what I'm going to do with it, what I'm going to tell the money to do, what things to cut out that we aren't using. So what I'm giving you guys is basically things that I've learned to where we now are in a position where we have a savings. We just we are now, I could say, debt-free. We did just go and buy our first investment property. Our house is paid off. We don't have car payments. I do have a small credit card, but I, in my brain, use it for business. And when it gets to $2,000, I make sure that I pay it off every month. Every month I pay it off. So this has all been discipline, and it's been habits. Did this happen overnight? My gosh, no. This happened over 8 years of kicking, screaming, fighting, saying no, saying, no, can't do it this weekend. No, we can't take this trip. No, we can't go out to dinner. So it's not it was sacrifice, but it was like, we made a decision. So it didn't feel as much like sacrifice because we made a decision and we had a timeline. And so I'm just wanting to share this with you as to things that I've learned, things that I know, and you guys might be able to teach me things as well. So basically this is a community, it's a group, and I look forward to helping you and being and maybe even meeting you or talking with you on the phone. So here are the videos, and I'm available for questions, concerns, comments. You can book a call with me, we'll talk about it.